Well, hello again and welcome to the PSA Dude, a regular feature here on We the People Television. Houston media source, gotta be your favorite cable TV station here in Houston, Texas. 12345 cable channel 17 is where you'll find community access television for the entire Houston area. Hello again everyone, my name's Jim Ellinger. They call me the PSA Dude and I'm the one in front of the camera. I'm joined by Mark Pirtle behind the camera on this, the PSA Dude number 9, in a continuing series of programs to present public service announcements from our local community, nonprofit, and civic organizations. Now we take these pieces of information, very important to the groups, and very important to the groups that they serve here in Houston, and put them out to up to 1 million cable viewing households here in the Houston area. Now you say your community group's got a PSA that you'd like to have aired here on the PSA Dude? Well, stick a stamp on it and send it in to the PSA Dude, care of Houston Media Source, 3900 Milam, Houston, Texas 77006. Now in this edition of the PSA Dude number 9, we're here at the Artery, and hidden behind those bushes is a whole lot of artwork and things like you've never seen before. Let's check it out on this edition of the PSA Dude. They're certainly making us feel welcome here at the Artery. Why don't we get to our first PSA here on the PSA Dude. The Tampala Institute Life Art Workshops invite you to Dialogues Between Life and Art with Daphne Giorgio. Now in this workshop, participants tap into art's symbolic and metaphoric language to identify and explore current life themes. Using movement, drawing, writing, and improvisational performances, students generate creativity, insight, and new possibilities to growth and change in their daily lives. Now this is going to be held on Saturday, May 31st from 10 to 5 p.m. and again on Sunday, June 1st from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It'll be held at the Clare School of Dance inside the Grace Methodist Church at 1245 Heights Boulevard. Now you can RSVP or get more information about this by calling 415-652-6670 or going online to shakidakini@yahoo.com. And art is life.
Hey, doggy dog.
Well, we're here in the backyard of the Artery. It's unlike any backyard we've ever seen before. It's full of brick and core samples and slate and pieces of glass and mirror, all mixed together with beautifully lit art installations. We'll give you a little more of a tour of the backyard of the Artery in here in just a moment. Now, if your backyard isn't quite as exciting or colorful, as fun-filled as the Artery's backyard, you might want to consider getting the kids out of the backyard and into summer camp. And Houston Media Source has got just the ticket for you. It's the 2003 Video Summer Camp. Brought to you by Houston Media Source, We the People Television, a fast-moving, fun-filled video extravaganza for your kids. It's eligible for all kids ages 9 to 16 in the Houston area and will be held on Monday, June 9th through June 12th. Session number 2 will be held from Monday, July 7th to July 10th, and session number 3 will be held from Monday, July 21st to July 24th. Now, the workshops include media literacy, story planning, camera techniques, editing, and at the end of the workshop in summer camp, your kids come home with a VHS copy of the tape that they've produced that you can show Grandma. Hey, that might be worth it right there. To find out more about the 2003 Summer Video Camp, give Tracy a call at 713-524-7700, extension 18. and we'll put your kid on television this summer. Reverend Ray Martin suggested that I read this next PSA. The Progressive Amateur Boxing Association has been teaching self-discipline, self-respect, respect for others and the law to boys and girls of all races and religions for the past 33 years. PABA invites you to become a part of their fight to help out our young, underprivileged, and disadvantaged youth to achieve the American dream. Remember, a kid can't open a knife or fire a gun with boxing gloves on, and an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. For more information about PABA, the Progressive Amateur Boxing Association, give them a call at 713-520-9585 or go online, just punch those keys to www.pababoxing.com. And as the Reverend Martin says, you may not get everything you fight for in life, but you certainly must fight for everything you get. We're now inside the Artery in this very nicely laid out art studio. And I'm joined by Mark Larson. He's kind of the steward here at the Artery. Hello, Mark. How are you today?
Greetings, Jim.
Man, you got one nice house, dude.
It's a high maintenance project.
Tell us a little bit about the Artery.
Well, after graduate school in '87 in Painter, I realized that we needed to meet more poets and dancers and musicians. And so I took this tenement spot and with help from friends, fixed it up, created a space, build it and they will come. And that's exactly what's happening. We've had events since about '88.
Now, this is just a residence in one of Houston's many neighborhoods. You've got a large hedge. Doesn't really draw attention to itself until you get inside the backyard. Give us an idea of, where this artwork comes from and how it came to be.
Part of the idea was to create a sanctuary in the city. It's a swamp after all here in Houston, and we had to have something beautiful, and whoever lived here in the 40s let all these trees grow. And so we were able to go ahead and make use of this tropical wonderland, and in the process I have an art studio here, and more importantly the people who come to perform, the poets and the musicians, there's sort of a sense that the place is worthy of them. And so when they come and share whatever their talent is, they really spill their guts. And
okay. And we're wandering around his living room here, making sure not to knock over any of the works of art that are still in progress. Now right here we have a place, this is a platform or a podium where models would stand. And then we have all these artist easels and tables here so that artists can come and as a group do, you referring to it as life painting, was it?
Sure, we get models in here, classical life studies. It's
classical life
great
studies.
Occasion for young students or elderly acclaimed artists in the community to come and work on the human figure.
Now, this is also something of a community center. You have events here, is that not right?
That's right. For almost 15 years now, we've had events of all sorts, and lately we've been doing fundraisers for worthy causes.
And I understand you've got an event coming up. Why don't you tell the listeners of the PSA Dude about your upcoming event here at the Artery?
We're excited about this one. May 31st, 8:30, for the Harris County Progressive Women's Caucus. A fundraiser for them, and the band Traveler's going to come. Several musicians and a big ensemble of old bluegrass, bluesy musicians come in here and throw down in a big way. There will be a few poets, and there will be a art show. The local artists, Sharon Wilcuts, Chong Matthews, I can name more names here in Houston community that will do a big group show centered on women. That's the theme for that night.
Now, if people want to find out more about the Artery, Mark, how can they get a hold of you?
The best way would be to email me, facets@earthlink.net, FACETS, and then I'll send directions and an update on upcoming events.
Okay, now I've got to ask you, I've got kind of an artistic background myself and a kind of an artistic backyard as well. All this lights and shale and core samples and tubes with bubbles coming out of them and lights hung everywhere in the trees and on the roof and on the fences. Tell us a little bit about that. Is that all your work, and where'd you get all this stuff?
Over the years, it was a community effort. Different artists contributed, and a majority of it these days is either my work or it's up to me to maintain it. In which case, the whole idea is much like a painting where you control the viewer's eye around the two-dimensional field. Here, I have a three-dimensional field, right through the tree canopy to the ground to the bricks themselves to play with. So it's a three-dimensional work of art, a site-specific environmental art space. It's an invention.
And what's your electric bill like when you have all the lights on?
It's a small price to pay for what we do here.
Okay. Mark Larson of the Artery, we've really enjoyed wandering around your house and your yard, and we appreciate you joining us on this edition of the PSA Dude.